Give you my last dollar for that Gucci sweater. Trade my soul for gold, Stain hard for plush leather. You know it's better when cold weather. Whether or not we dodge this poverty like Mayweather. See, it's cool. What's for your homies? Let me break your back in a second. What's for your homies? What's for your homies? What's for the homies? What's for the homies?
The following message is transmitted at the request of the United States government. Attacks by the undead have been reported in several states across the country.
She's so silly.
Man, welcome to the Purple Mic Podcast, Music and Civics. Okay, boom. So I am your host, Astrid Koa. I got my guest here. We're still in Memphis doing this thing. Yeah. I got Dallas in Memphis. Yeah.
Dallas from Memphis, you know what I'm saying?
And I got Njoye over here on the ones and twos going crazy. All right, so look, boom. We're going to talk about love versus perversion on this episode. I think it's going to be a really good talking point because we've all experienced some form of love or maybe perverse behavior or some things that we're not able to kind of like work through or decipher, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So, like, I want to pose some questions, some thinking points, so that we can develop as a community. Not only that, but, you know, be able to recognize what we're experiencing. I walked the walk. I know they've walked the walk. So, yeah, let's do it. How y'all feel about it?
Ready.
Feeling good.
You ready?
It's a good topic.
We ready.
All right. So my first question, when you hear I love you from an institution, workplace, or organization, what makes it feel real versus performative?
When I hear I love you from an institution, real, okay. It already clicked. You know how many times a church say they love you, then they let you go?
Man. Hey, don't get me started on that.
I'm just saying, that, like, as a musician, there's been so many times that you've been told, like, oh, we're a family. Oh, we got you. Oh, but that one time, not even a mistake. You come in 5 minutes behind. Where the love go?
It wasn't.
You never missed a rehearsal. You never miss nothing.
Ooh.
It's, you know what I mean? Or not even that. Let's say it could be, man, we doing something better with the church and we decide to fire everybody.
I've seen that happen.
You know what I'm saying? Let's not even make it about money.
I think it's transactional.
Everything is transactional.
Yeah.
But I feel like when you find out, I first want to say this, when it comes to feeling love from an institution, I threw that away completely. And now that's why I volunteer everywhere I go. Because I'm not finna give you a chance to break my heart again.
Or manipulate
the situation again.
Yeah.
So to feel love from an institution, it will have to be, that is so hard because I can't, honestly, respectfully, I somewhat feel love from stacks here and there.
Okay.
That's just because of the person who's over the head of it. And who's been here and the teachers here. Like, you have so many resources here that we get to choose if we want to come and use it or not at any time and I like it. That's love. You know what I'm saying? And there's no, what's the word from it? There's no, give me this for this. You got a project, it's clean, it represents what we do, okay, go do it. I really do feel like they kind of offer that here.
Okay.
But anywhere else, everything, from my experience, I'm not going to speak for every alumni.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? This is from my experience. But even everywhere else, it's always been some type of transactional. What you think?
We looking at it. You processing?
I'm gonna get the next one because I don't have a lot of experience in that area.
I'll pop in there.
Yeah.
Man. Let me pop my shit. No. All right. I'm gonna just speak from a real place. From childhood, like I've watched my mother volunteer for like ministry, especially like youth ministry and whatever else, or something that is more study based. Great teacher and all of that, but I think what makes the whole institutional love interesting is that people are people, and you can't generalize that love, because people come in with their own agenda. So that's what gives you like that warped experience. You feel me? Because of whatever that they're carrying, they're projecting onto you. So it starts there, but then the other part about it, like, I'm gonna just rip the Band-Aid off. Yeah, like I've worked for some places where I experienced like sexual harassment, verbal abuse, layered betrayal, and sometimes the focus was behind them trying to hold up the facade, whatever that looks like.
True.
You know what I'm saying?
True.
And that's not based in love. That's based off of, I don't want to say, a false sense of image. Mm-hmm. Like I have to, and for me, if you're not like your full self, your real self, you can't ever love me for real.
Yeah.
Like definitely in a space of ministry. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm connecting to a lie, and it's deception. So as far as like institutions go, I feel like especially when it comes to institutionalized spirituality, like I think the basis of church is starting to collapse because people aren't connecting to false identity anymore. So I don't know if I'm rambling with it, but I'm just like, it's hard to find love in a space where they lie to themselves.
Yeah.
So
I mean, church, I feel like a lot of church, they say they focus on spirituality when they really don't. If you get what I'm saying.
it's performative.
It's performative, and that's different.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because love, when you start getting to spirituality, you really start understanding what love is, unconditional love. I mean, everybody's won't show you unconditional love because they don't know. And sometimes I kind of start taking responsibility on myself instead of like pointing the finger, because I start to realize everybody don't know what that means.
Yeah.
Even the church, they don't know unconditional love means.
Oh, absolutely not. That's what I'm saying. People are people.
Yeah.
So like,
right.
So people come into a building. People are really the church.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So if you're not, it's not the building. And that's another thing where I'm so sick and tired of hearing, you're coming to this church house. It's the people that make the church. But for real though, like that's where the frustration is coming from. And it's just like, if you can't love me, which is, that's God's word. If you can't love me, we not in ministry, bro. And it's performative at this point. Right. So now it's moving in the lane of manipulation and perverse behavior.
Yeah, I just don't think that love is. I don't think that business has a space for love.
For love at all.
Exactly.
Like when it comes to employees and things like that, like you can have love for them in your heart, but they really can't reside in the same place, because what if you have to make a decision that's best for your business What happens to that love?
Business is business.
And if you, business is business. And then now this person feels like, but I thought you loved me.
But that's what I was saying. It's based off of manipulation. If I can make you feel this love, then it's like preying on passion. You know what I'm saying? It's a form of it. You know what I mean? So if I can make you feel like X, Y, and Z, I can get, whatever out of you. I can extract.
Yeah.
But the minute I don't see any purpose, I can discard you because it's still business. But I'm hiding behind the face of, oh, it's all love.
Right.
It's not. You know what I mean?
I'm not trying to. So what do you look for then? How do you walk in a facility and say this is for me and this is not for me?
I think it's just it's personal. You know what I'm saying? Does this place have enough boundaries for me? Is there a safety net or some sort of safeguard? Like if I speak grievances, will it be healthy enough to do that? Or am I on an island by myself? I was like, which I had been, you know what I'm saying? And I don't regret any of the things I said because it was all built in truth. You know what I'm saying? Okay, I'm gonna put it to you like this. That one environment was unhealthy. I left on my terms and did my own thing. Went into another environment. As far as like co-workers and stuff like that, it was healthier, but management-wise, there was some issues, So, okay, this is not best for me. Let me move on. Now I'm in a different situation where I'm like, okay, the pay is better. There's more perks. I'm taken care of. I like the fact that I'm going in. If I'm working crazy hours, they feed you a hot meal. Not no Jason Deli box lunch. You know what I'm saying?
They take care
Bruh,
of you.
and they, you know what I'm saying? They really take care of you. They make sure you cool. You know what I mean?
So the love is reciprocated.
Yeah. So,
Gotcha.
but it's like I'm gaining from working in this environment. But when I was doing X, Y, and Z at a church, I'm doing whatever 12, 15 hours sometimes. You know what I'm saying? You need to figure out where you're going to go eat. Meanwhile, they're asking for a specific amount in like offering or something like that. It's just like, you know what I'm saying? Like, these are the people that are helping stuff move forward within the ministry. You know what I'm saying? You can't do this all by yourself. You know what I'm saying? So you got to take care of the people that are taking care of you. Not like, oh, I could just replace you like that. Because then now, okay, we lost humanity in that way. That goes with just regular respect for a person. And I think that's what gets lost in workplaces. Because I'm at this level, I have this label, I can treat you any old kind of way.
Gotcha.
I don't know. I don't know if you feel that way.
I mean, I understand.
No, I understand what you're saying.
That's how they think.
Yeah.
Like, you need me more than I need you, and it's like we need each other.
Right.
Type deal.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You feel me?
Don't
Right.
forget it.
Yeah. All right, so here's my next thing. What's the difference between love that liberates and love that controls?
Love is freedom.
Yeah, you took the words out.
Like, love is freedom. Like I had mentioned before, like me and her in a relationship, so I can't, if she don't want me looking at her bank account, I'm not gonna look at her bank account. But now that might have to set, because she make that choice, that might have to set boundaries for my side of things. Cool, but that she get that freedom to do what she want to do. I'm not on her about everything. She has a freedom, but love and real love is like, you want to be here. You want to. You have the freedom to be here, but you want to be here. It's not like you need someone. You need them. The church don't need you. They want you here just as much as you want to be there. But but there's a freedom in that because it just balances out.
Yeah, love that controls is not love.
It's not love. It's control.
Control, it doesn't even make you want to be, yourself. And you said earlier, you said, how can I love someone that isn't even their self?
Yeah. No, for real.
And how can they love you if you're not yourself? You don't love me, you love my representative.
Yep.
Because this is
that's
who
crazy.
you make me feel like I have to be to interact with you. So it's not really love when there's control. I don't think that can go together like love and business can't go together.
Right.
And liberation is love when you're in a relationship, I feel, because you want your person. When you feel free, you are happy, you're like you just it's like a breath of fresh air, you know. That's love in itself. Like, that's you loving yourself when you can be that way.
For sure.
But if you can't, then you like, dang, do you even love yourself if you can't be liberated with this person?
Right. Wow. I guess it does go back to self-love.
Dang. Yeah, it's so crazy that we were just talking about this. I feel like we kind of... All right, this digs a little bit deeper. Okay.
Let's go deep.
How do systems, so like churches, workplaces, schools, use the language of family or community to extract loyalty, silence, or unpaid labor?
I think if we're talking about that, that's a tricky topic.
Okay.
Wait, can you repeat the question one more time?
For sure.
Okay.
How do systems, like churches, workplaces, and schools, use the language of family or community to extract loyalty, silence, or unpaid labor? I done seen it.
I definitely seen it, and I just think you have to be aware of the spirit in that environment.
Yeah.
And because I think there's nothing wrong with me personally. I look at unpaid labor like spiritual credit, as I mentioned earlier, or rather me just accepting whatever this $5 you're about to give me for all this work I done. I'd rather do it for free, put it in spiritual credit, and God pay me times 10. In another position, you went to volunteer somewhere, but they're like, hey, we put a bucket of money for you, and now you got $500 just for helping somebody. So I think it's the mindset of the person volunteering, but it shouldn't be controlled as in like, now this is what I don't agree with. When you volunteer and they try to control you while you're volunteering, like to me, if I'm volunteering, you know, and I guess if you gave your word, you're going to be on time. It shouldn't be like the same, like,
yeah,
where you at, nigga?
Right.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? It shouldn't be that because, yo, I'm here for the free ski. Like,
Yeah.
chill.
You know, I actually heard something crazy. Somebody was telling me about how they were called to assist for a men's ministry. And they were like, oh, okay. The person agreed. But then they were like, oh, yeah, don't forget to pay that registration. So am I supposed
No, that's
to...
a different... Yeah, you got to pay to volunteer?
That's crazy.
No, that's crazy. No.
You're just getting hustled.
You just, no. Well, no, I'm not paying to volunteer.
Volunteer to help.
No, you don't ever supposed to pay to volunteer. That's a negative bank account. You started with zero, you're volunteering, but now you paying, you going into the negatives. That just doesn't add up.
Well,
But people do it.
But why are they paying it too? Now that does drive into manipulation because now you're like, why did I pay you? Why did I get manipulated to pay you? What am I getting back out of this?
and that's what I was going to say. You asked how do they use that? And like you said earlier, they use manipulation tactics to get you to feel like, okay, for this cause, you know, they pull on your heartstrings emotionally. And then now it's like you feel inclined to do it. You're like, dang, I got to do it because these kids need me, or this, you know, the job needs me. But really, they know that. They just using that tactic because they know it's going to do that to you to get you to move. And it's not right, but...
Well, if you read your Bible, the heart is the most deceitful thing you can have. Am I wrong?
Yeah, that's true, though. Yeah.
So if you learn that your heart, you would literally stop listening to your emotions and you would actually balance your heart with your mind. Like, you really have to think through things. Like I said, wait, I'm volunteering to pay. Say it out loud. I'm volunteering to pay. You start to say it and you go write it down. I'm volunteering and I'm paying you. That doesn't add up.
That's crazy.
So, you know, if you dive into what you need to dive into and study what you need to study to, the answers are right there and you won't be misled.
Real talk.
Bible.
All right, here's another one. What does accountability look like when an institution or person who claims to love you causes harm?
One more time. You confused the shit. I'm sorry.
What does accountability look like when an institution or person who claims to love you causes harm?
What? You want to answer that?
Yeah, I feel like Nia got something for that. Come on, Nia, come on.
It looks like humbleness, and it looks like a person listening to what you have to say. Like, okay, now we're going into, you're a human being and I'm a human being, and you want to be, I want respect and you want respect.
Right.
So now I'm going to handle you how I would want to be handled in this time. Like, okay, if this was me,
Yeah.
how would it make me feel? And in my opinion, that right there is like just looking at it from a perspective of, this is a human being. This is somebody's child. This is somebody's daughter's son, whatever. And I think that gets lost because of the egos and the agendas. It's like people get so caught up on what they want it to look like or what it has to be or the overall picture, but they lose sight of the human interaction. Like, this is my neighbor.
Right.
We share the same air.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And when you can look at people like that, you're like, okay, you're in a humble space now. But I don't think that a lot of people have that. A lot of people in the workplace that are in higher positions, they don't really look like that. They look at the papers, they look at the facts, and they're like, this is what needs to be done. That's the end of story.
Yeah.
But I think when it comes to like your community, you should always keep that heart space like open to an extent, to where you can at least look at it from a sense of like, okay, at the very least, I'm gonna treat this person with respect, and if I did something wrong, listen. Like, how you gonna grow if you don't at least listen to what the other person has to say? You know?
Right.
And do you deserve to be in a space of leadership if you can't listen or take accountability? Because in order to take accountability, you have to listen.
You have to.
You have to listen, yeah.
Yeah.
Because how will you receive it?
Exactly.
Dang. Okay. Hold up. So here you go. Because it kind of moves into this space.
Okay.
So, have you ever been told you're too sensitive or ungrateful when you called out harm in a space that claimed to care about you?
Wow. All the time.
Yep, I have.
Yeah.
I am a little soft little butterbob.
Yeah,
my
my
whole
baby definitely a
life.
soft little butterball.
I've been so sweet and just
feel like, it's okay, baby.
yeah.
That's all I do now. It's okay.
Like, people like my mom, she understands because, you know, I'm her child. So she's like, my whole life, you're going to have to grow some thick skin. You want to be out here in this industry, in this world. Like, these people don't care about you. And I'm like, but my heart, like, it hurts, you know? And it's just like, it's so crazy how people will call you sensitive as a form of avoiding accountability.
Yeah.
It's true.
And it's really the fact that they don't want to deal with themselves. They don't want to hear it. They don't have to hear it in their world because they've never been faced with situations where they had to look at themselves.
Right.
You know, and so they avoid it at all costs because it hurts. To look at yourself and to say, dang,
Yep.
I fucked up. Like, that can hurt sometimes.
Yeah, it can.
And
Yeah.
now what hurts even more is making the adjustments, because now you're like, I didn't even realize that I was like that.
Yeah.
And I didn't know that
It's
I
a
was
vulnerable
doing
space
that.
to be.
Yeah, it is very vulnerable. And now you have to go soul search and figure out like how to undo those things that
Yeah.
you didn't know you were doing.
Yeah.
And people, it's work. It's like free work in their mind, and they just rather cover it up and keep projecting like, oh no, you don't know what she's talking about, you just sensitive. Okay, but you're
Yeah.
projecting
Yeah, right.
and
yeah.
you're dramatic. But I'm not saying that. I'm just telling you how you're affecting me. You don't want to hear it.
Yeah.
'Cause
That's real.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But you know, once you get past that level of understanding, you unlock so many doors in your life. So that's why a lot of people stay trapped.
That's true.
Let's go back
Yeah.
into it. It's that lesson. It's that lesson.
But what do you feel like the trap is for the people that don't want to like do the
Not
work?
dealing with their emotions
Not
and problems in the past.
cycles.
Yes.
What do you feel like it blocks from though?
What blocks the mindset?
No, like what do you feel like having that mindset blocks you from ultimately?
Oh, everything.
But
yeah.
some people get the money from being that way. Like they get the power, they get the money by being a person that doesn't take accountability, that projects,
That's true.
and that tells everybody they're crazy.
But most times it's not earned.
It's not earned. Oh, yo, that is.
Most times it's not earned.
Hey, she got a point.
she does.
Most times it's
It
bought
just hit
into.
me.
You're a part of a system where people kind of like group together doing the same shit.
Yo, that's true.
If you cover me, I cover you, and we can be bad together.
Yo, that's true. Because there's a lot of people I've seen in the industry, and I was like, you can't even tell me all the notes in the C major scale.
Bro, I done seen it too. I seen it.
And every
yeah.
musician who's a real producer hearing me saying this right now probably like, yo, yo. Like,
No, real
I'm not
talk.
coming in your studio session to give you the key to your session. You should know this shit. That
Right.
you in that professional seat, you should know the fucking key to the song. Stop fucking asking me.
I had a situation where somebody was playing in whatever said key, and it was one part where it was like a relative, you know what I'm saying?
Relative, yeah.
And he was like, well, they're basically the same. And I was like, no.
I mean,
They're not.
Well, because what happened in that chord progression, it raised up a half step. And
That's different.
that's different.
boy, when I tell you it was stressing me out, I was like, damn, is that gonna move that F to an F sharp? Be like,
Be flaming from your eyebrow. Be
Right.
like,
bro, it came to a point I was like, hey, you had to change the key right there. Just drop down, make another channel, and change the auto tune to said key. Bro, he tripping because he know that shit real.
all right, I'm done. That's hilarious.
All right, my bad. Okay. Whew.
That's funny.
All right, so how do you distinguish between someone who actually supports you and someone who's just managing their image? Boy, I just talked about that.
Whoa.
Wow.
Someone who actually supports you,
Wow,
it
that's a
doesn't
good
matter
question.
what their image are, what they look like, what they're doing in life. They're gonna, they're gonna share your stuff. They're gonna call you, like, yo, I just heard what you just did. This is crazy. Yo, you know what's crazy? Bro, that's so fire. Maybe it's not as fire, and tell me the truth. And be like, I ain't gonna lie, I can't share that. That suck.
Yeah.
But hey, but what we can do, let's dive in it together. Let me help you get it
Help
better.
you get it, yeah.
That's how you do that. But I feel like somebody who truly supports you, it's like, all right, let's say she was Beyonce or whatever, right? Mm-hmm. And you had a record. Mm-hmm. Me really supporting you, and you said, yo, it's done. It just needs to get in Beyonce's hands. And I'd be like, bet. I have nothing to do with it. That's real support.
Yeah, agreed.
I have nothing to do
Yeah.
with it. That's real support.
No, that's real. That's real.
Have no attachment to it.
Yeah.
That's real love.
And-
But even if I did attachment, me still giving it to it is still part. I get you got the okay, but now we just talking about friendly love.
Yeah.
That was me being my homie. But let's say you were just naturally talented and I just met you and I see that you crazy.
Cold.
I'd be like, yo, give me 50%, I'll give it to Beyonce. Your song's about to get in Beyonce hand right now. Just give me 50%.
And it's gonna go crazy.
What would you say?
I fuck with you.
Yeah, bet here.
Yeah.
That's still supporting you.
Because I mean, that's where that line is drawn for like, all right, this is business.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We best friends, so like we always look out for each other in that way. But when it's business related, like I think one of my biggest lessons was learning not to treat other people like how I treat you.
Yes.
Bruh.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
I
you
learned
like
that
that
too.
too?
Yeah.
Because
I can't treat everybody like I treat you. I can't.
Yeah.
when I say we fucked with each other, like we like sandbox when it comes to like the audio scene, you know, like we came up together. So it's just like, I want to see, and I truly have this heart. I want to see everybody win,
For real.
but I had to learn how to like reel some things back because some people feel entitled to everything that you have. It is going back to whatever, you know, we talked about on the last episode. But yeah, no, they you know, they want that access with no return, you know, for you. So it's just like I had to learn how to protect myself in that way. Because I could give a little too much love. And I learned that. I was like, damn, a lot of people aren't mature enough in that way to not want something wicked on the other side of it.
Yeah.
And real support is just like, it doesn't matter what it looks like. It's
doesn't.
really just like, okay, what you need?
What you need.
Like, okay, cool, I got you. Or, hey, like you said, if it sounds, if you know that something is off and the person is giving it to you, like, hey, can you help me? You know what I'm saying? You're unselfishly like, okay, from my opinion, you need to tune this up. Like you said, like this is a little off. That's support.
That's support.
And it doesn't necessarily have to benefit you. And you're not looking for a benefit to it.
I just want them to sound right.
You just want them to sound right.
It's just like, hey,
Change that
I
F to F
support
sharp,
you.
bruh.
Right.
But, you know, it takes the person to humble themselves to be like, all right, this person is just, it can hurt your feelings.
Yeah.
You know, it hurt my feelings first, but I had to separate my feelings from like, oh, okay, no, she just, or they just trying to help me. They really want to see me win. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if you're that person who got that correction, it's out of love.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying?
Support is love. Like it doesn't have a look to it.
And also compare that too. Just don't show one person and they just, because that one person might be hating on you. Share it with everybody, and if it's a common link, then you know it's truth. Yeah.
Oh man, don't get me to go.
Because somebody would talk down on you just
to have some kind of power over you. I
yeah.
had that happen to me before. It was like bare bones stuff.
Wow.
And or shit that I know was hard. Like everybody was going crazy. Oh, I wouldn't have done it like that. Or I need to have full control. I was like, hell nah. I think we done. We not working no more. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like, okay, so wait. So do you think that our generation and younger kind of have like this thing where we're able to recognize performative care a lot faster than the older generation?
What do you mean?
Performative care.
Break that down. You
Like
know,
performative care, like
small words, Alex.
performative is not a bit. Okay, so like, all right, so we know what love is,
Okay.
but if you're performing love, that's not love, that's manipulation. So do you think that we're able to recognize what performative care is a lot sooner than like the older generation? You know what I'm saying?
I don't think it matter what generation it is. I think it goes across the same board, and you only can find that out through time.
True.
Because you cannot fake the fake for too long, and it slips out in bits and pieces.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
It does.
Like the character come out in a split second. You got to be like, oh, I saw that 1 second, and you write it down.
Yep.
And you know what I'm saying?
You keep
Then
tabs.
All right, cool. Happen again. Okay, cool. This is you. All right. Let me see. You take what they're tweaking about, and you ask about that. And when I mean don't ask about the specific thing they're tweaking about, you ask that would disturb that demon to see if it really is that to be disturbed. You gotta figure out a situation. How can you disturb it? And if it's true love, it won't be disturbed, and it will actually come out a different way. But whatever.
I feel like it's a wisdom thing for sure.
Yeah.
I wouldn't put age on wisdom.
Okay.
But like I don't know about this generation beneath us. I don't know how. I don't know. I'm not feeling well. Okay, I take that back. I do feel that they can be wise, right?
Yeah.
I do know some wise young people. But if they don't have people like us to validate that, the people that they can trust, that are also wise to say, no, what you're feeling is right, they question it.
Yeah.
They're like, this doesn't seem right, but I don't know. And then they just sit in their head and it just keeps going in a circle until something shows them in real time, like, this is what it is.
Yeah.
But like, if it's important for us to kind of do that outreach with them and like spend time with them in real time, because we need to say, like, we need to hear what they got going on and be like, you're good at this. You saw this. I'm showing you now what this looks like in that situation that you gave to me. You're smart, or you're intelligent, you're wise. Like, they need that validation in order to feel confident that, okay, I know when somebody's being fake, or I know what love is. I know when they're being a narcissist.
Yeah.
And, so, but they do need, the older generation just has more wisdom and more time. They grew through it.
Right.
Okay.
That's what I think.
All right. So, check this out. So, what does it look like when leaders choose institutional protection over individual safety? How do we interrupt that pattern?
What does it look like?
Institutional.
It's they'd be like, can you come to my office, please? I heard that you've done this and done that. I want to give you this piece of paper, basically firing you, instead of asking you what their side of things, what actually happened, and not completely like. I can understand if a leader, it could be tricky because if a leader hearing so many sides, I think the leaders should hear all sides and just sit back and wait for the truth to come out. But institutional is automatically delete.
Yep.
Yeah.
Delete. And sometimes the institution kind of got to go through that growing pain till, the virus get eliminated.
Yeah.
That's real.
Yeah.
Man.
I think a leader is more, what's the word? I think their role should be more interactive and like more of a caring role. Like, so I'm not going to just go off of what everyone says. I'm going to use my own judgment. I'm going to analyze the situation for a little bit, play it cool and just see what I feel.
Right.
Because I'm a leader for a reason.
That part.
Yeah.
I didn't just land in this position just because I look good.
Come on, pretty privilege.
Because I got a pretty privilege.
Right. Like, just because you're pretty, you can look like a leader.
Yeah.
But are you really a leader, though? And so when situations happen versus institution, they're going to say, oh, no, on these many days, we got these many reports. But a real leader is going to go in and really investigate. Like, they're going to ask questions. They're going to observe for themselves.
Yeah.
And go off of that.
And even ask the person who wrote you up.
Yeah.
Question them.
Yeah. But most times they, every bullshit.
Yeah.
All right.
Birds of a feather flock together.
So, what would it mean to build systems rooted in liberating love instead of transactional care?
What would it mean to do that?
What would
Yeah,
it
to
mean?
build systems rooted in liberation versus transaction.
It would mean that the world is a better place.
Kumbaya.
I think it would mean that it'll take more vulnerability from the people that are creating the systems, and to really sit there humbly and like analyze it from a heart space, but also an instructional space. Like, okay, almost looking at the world like they're your children,
Right.
and you want them to be the best they can be.
Oh.
And like or your little siblings or something like that. And from that space, you will have to make hard decisions, but you will talk through it. Everything will be based off a space of understanding and like, hey, I'm gonna have to do this. If you understand the rules, right? You understand the system, make sure they understand, and then they understand the repercussions too. But at the same time, that's like, okay, you know, when you used to get a whooping, your dad or your mom is going to tell you why you're getting a whooping.
Right.
And then they're probably going to try to help you course correct if they're a really good parent. Like, okay, now the last time you got whooping because you ain't do this. But if you do it this way, you won't get a whooping. You know what I'm saying? Or I'm going to help you recover from the whooping. I ain't going to, you know, I'll let you have your phone today. But you going to give it back to me after this weekend. You know what I'm saying? Because you have to learn your lesson. But I just think that we should treat the world like people that we actually love.
Okay.
And create the system based off of that.
I'm rocking with that. Yeah, no, that's hard. Okay, so, all right, so look, all right, yeah. How do we teach people to recognize when care is actually surveillance or control?
How do you teach people
When it's
to
control.
recognize that?
Yeah, their version of care is it basically is control, but their version of care is control. How do we get people to understand what that is and how to overcome that, you know?
I think nothing should be blindly done. I think when someone's teaching you something, they tell you why they're doing it. Just like she said, like, you know, when you got your phone taken, you messed up in school, you did this and did that. That's why I'm taking your phone. If I'm telling you to be on time for something, it's not that I'm getting on you. It's not that I'm trying to teach you how to operate in the world. Basically, because you're going to need this in different spaces and different places. If I'm telling you all the notes to play in this key, I don't want you to get on that bandstand and hit the wrong note and everybody laughing at you.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? You explain why you're doing it. And then after you explain why you're doing it, if they decide not to do it and they go do it, hey, you trust me. It's going to happen when I said it was going to happen. Because you have the maturity and wisdom, not because you assume it's because you've been through it.
Yeah, care is I'm going to tell you. Wow, this is like real time topics. This is crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Care is I'm going to tell you when you're right or wrong, regardless, or not from a scolding place, just from a place of like, hey, you could have did this a different way. Like, I understand where you coming from. First, you got to let people know, like, I see your side. I hear you. I heard your story, and I could see why you felt like that. But then from that point, it's, okay, now, because I love you, because I care, I'm going to tell you that was a little harsh. How you said that,
Right?
Or what you did, you know, to the other person. Imagine how they felt. If it were you, how would you feel? Now, I'm not going to. From that point, I'm going to let you have it, right? And then see what you do with it. But if I was to try to control you, I would say, you need to go tell them right now that you're sorry.
Yeah, that's control.
Go over there and do it.
No.
Right? Like
Yeah.
you drag them, or you know, pick up the phone and dial them. Say hello.
Hello.
Like, care is just like, hey, I'm gonna, you know, it's a difference. It's not, care is not control. Care is like you just going out of your way to be honest
That's
with
really
that
what it
person.
is. I'm
Yeah.
going out my way.
Yeah.
Out my time.
To be honest, because
honest with you.
obviously no one has told you. Obviously, you haven't gotten the picture yet.
Yeah.
Because you're still like this. Yeah. But
And
control is trying to force them to see it
Right.
and like make them understand. You can't.
Right. And a lot of these answers are like worldwide. What I mean by that, it goes everywhere. It goes
universal.
It goes into home. It goes into the workspace. It goes into. I mean, I had bosses who try to play me. I'm like, bro, you trying to play me? You know, we gonna move like we would care, and I actually learned when you don't move, like you will see their personality slightly change, or little stuff start to come out. They saying like, yeah, I guess you can learn a lot from this person if you don't move, if you stay in the right direction. But you know, that's what care does. It's love. It goes
What
back
you
to
think,
love.
Alex?
Hey, I don't have nothing for that one.
Oh.
Cause y'all pretty much, you know, covered everything in that regard. Like I just treat people right.
Yeah. But how do you treat people? Some people don't know how to treat people.
It's just
right.
with respect, man. Like you
Respect.
shouldn't have to talk down to somebody to feel superior to them. You know, we should be like, okay, all right, man. So this really happened. It was this person that I was gonna hire alongside with Cash. Everybody know Cash is my manager. And this person wanted to, well, for one, when I went to them, it was like, hey, I wanna put you in on this project. You know what I'm saying? And with me pulling them on, they wanted to take control of the full thing. But also spew hate, you know what I'm saying, to my manager and to get here. You know what I mean? So there was some things I was like, well, yeah, it should be that. Until I realized, no, it shouldn't be that. They're saying these things to gain access the way that they want to. You know what I mean? And I had to actually sit with myself and be like, yo, this person actually made his deliverables and dealing with me. What the fuck are they talking about? You know what I'm saying? So I had to kind of tread lightly with that, you know, like, hey, I'm going to just go the other way. But what was so crazy about it, they were angered by the fact that I didn't let them have their way.
Boundaries. Hey, what's that Duran song? You know
that's a real-
Duran song?
Yeah.
Gotta hang the boundaries. Yeah, yo, that's my
Yeah.
favorite. That's my
Thing.
song.
It's real.
Get mad when- So
No. Everybody like no.
No, but look, go ahead. You
I
was
do
about to
have
say
a
something.
question for people that grew up in environments where they did not learn what respect was, in the sense of like from them, like how to respect people in the way that they talk, the way that they say things. Like, what is your advice to someone that, if you were going to teach someone how to learn how to speak with respect or talk to people with respect, what would be your advice to that person?
Before we go there, do you actually think everybody has a moral code from right from wrong? How to speak to people?
I don't think so. So I really believe, because we're thinking from a space of sanity and having a moral code.
Exactly.
Okay.
But there's a ton of people that I ran into it's performative. They know what it is, but they're so detached from what that looks like and what it should be. That's kind of a hard question to answer. If anything, I think it's internal work first.
Go back into that.
Yeah. You got to deal with yourself first. You know, I know, like, I'm not perfect. You feel me? And, you know, he know me before I did all the work. You know what I'm saying? And I still got other things to work on. But
We all do.
I was still ingrained with integrity, having heart, standing for what you believe in. You know, I just had to learn other aspects, boundaries. You know what I'm saying? And it helped me, you know, as far as, you know, protect myself. So, but everyone's story is different.
Right.
Wherever that pain is for them, as far as like where they came from in their environment. So, the answer is different for each person.
Yeah.
But go get some help. It's okay to go to therapy. I don't know why people, you know what I'm saying?
I'm black. I don't need no therapy.
Yeah. And, you know, sometimes you got to shop around. I just dumped my crazy ass old therapist because she was on some fucked up shit. So it's okay to just be like, yo,
This ain't me.
this ain't me.
This relationship is
This
not
don't work
working.
no more. Okay, I'm moving over and over here. You know what I'm saying? So
Okay, let's talk about it. Do you believe you're supposed to have a personal connection with your therapist, or it should be someone who you supposed to somewhat vent to? I'm asking. I'm not sure. Like, what do you think?
well, any relationship I believe has a connection. I think for therapy, it's really it's a combination. Like, you're there to like process emotions, feelings, thoughts, or even develop skills of processing. Which that's
deep. You just don't know how to process.
yeah, no, really. So like then you go to vices and stuff. Like I knew with mine, you know, I smoked a lot of weed. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it was men, you know, but I had to work through like what I was going through up here and then internally. And then over time I was like, damn, I'm not even doing some of the same shit no more. Okay. So yeah, you develop vices to run away from what you're not processing. So I don't know. I don't know if I answered your question in full.
No, you did. You need a relationship.
Yeah. All right, here's my last question, y'all.
Okay.
Look at Jordan. When marginalized groups demand accountability, why are they often accused of being divisive or ungrateful? What's really being protected? Let me say it again.
She be using a lot of big words in her questions. She be like, "Ding dong, bang dong, bing dong, bing dong, bing dong, accountability." I be like, "What?" I be like, you know, I get you on college 20, level 20,
bro.
But,
all right. Want me say it a different way? Want me say it a different way?
I'm a ninth grader trying to figure out every word you just said.
Stop playing, bro. Okay, so look, we're a part of like a marginalized group, right?
Okay.
Right, and as a people, we're looking for accountability in how we're treated.
Okay.
Right. So when we do that, we're often accused of being aggressive.
Okay.
Or confrontational. You know what I'm saying? Or ungrateful, like it says. So it's just like, so because I'm coming to you with a grievance and wanting to find common ground, I'm labeled all these things. What are you really protecting?
What are they really protecting? That's a good question. Like, what is that community protecting?
I think they're protecting their peace of mind. Like, whatever that is, they don't want it to be disturbed for nothing. Like, like everything is good now. Why do you keep bringing up the past? It's good for you. It's not good for us. We still dealing with it. Like, you know, the history they trying to erase and things like that. You hear some insensitive comments that's like, but that didn't happen to you. That happened to your great grandmother or something like that. But it's like, but you don't see that the trauma still exists, or you don't see how it still affects us today.
Yeah.
And I think that, again, if they have to face themselves in the things that they did and how they're not doing anything to fix it, they would probably go crazy and jump off a bridge.
Yeah.
A lot of people cannot face their demons or their true self. Like, it drives them crazy to even think about it. I think it goes back to that, like that whole projection thing.
Right.
And it's about their peace of mind. If they have to think about that, and because some people do have really good hearts, but they don't.
Is that like self-preservation in a way?
I think so. Like, they don't want to change.
Yeah. Want to stay within what's comfortable to them.
Yeah.
No, that makes sense.
What you think, Dallas?
I think that, like you said, everything is definitely generational, and sometimes you gotta heal from what your granddad and dad did too. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, they have to. It passes down. So if no one is apologizing, who the fuck gonna apologize? So somebody has to apologize and fix it.
But why do you think they don't want to?
I think they don't want to because that gets deep. Because what you don't know, history repeats itself. If they don't want to face it, once you face it, truth has to come out. And when truths come out, history can't repeat itself, and then we permanently in truth now.
Yes.
Some people don't want the truth to come out for control.
That's another good perspective.
No, I think that's what it is. That's it. I ain't gonna say nothing else on that.
I ain't want to go that deep with it, but you know what I'm saying? We went that deep with it, you know?
Man, well, I just want to say this. I want to thank y'all for coming out here. This show got to come to a close.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
We're so honored to be on the first 2 episodes of Purple Mic.
Hey, we turning up music and civics.
Yes.
Having really good conversations here. I want to thank Stacks Academy for allowing us to use a space. I got to thank Big Bro, Isaac Daniel, for doing his thing.
Isaac.
You know, big head. No, but he know I love him and everything like that. But no, I want you all to subscribe. We will definitely put their information in the info box. So if you want to take a follow or listen to their music, please support, because we want to actually share love through music and stuff like that. And they got some shit that's hot, man. That shit hard. You feel me?
Did he?
Yeah, did. Oh, on top of that, this the man right here who co-produced with me on Sweat, Big Dog.
Let me see. Pumping up the weight.
That junk fire.
Yo, you be in the gym like, oh, why this song give me energy?
Right.
No, but I love working with them too. Like they're amazing. But yeah. So hit that subscribe button. Purple Mic. Peace and love.
We should have like hugged or something at the end. I'm just like,
Hi, Teletubbies.